Hey everybody, this is Ermab with MixKnowledgy. MixKnowledgy is a mixture and forum event series in LA, New York City, and Chicago this summer. Today we have the awesome Raphael Kryszek. He is the Emmy-winning producer and founder of Ineffable Pictures, launched in 2010, which serves as a feature film, television, and online media production company in Beverly Hills. He is currently in New York production on Tiger's Curse, an adaptation of the New York Times bestseller. Please welcome Raphael Kryszek. Yay!
Hello there.
This is something I actually start off my interviews with. If you had a theme song to come in on, what would it be?
A theme song?
Yeah.
I don't know why, but the first thing that comes to mind is the Price is Right theme song. I just love it. I just love that. Come on down.
Slightly out of budget for us, but next time we'll have it for you. No, it's great to speak with you today. It's great to speak with someone of your, I don't want to say stature, but maybe you're more humble than that. But it's great to speak to somebody who is working on great things in the industry. So thank you again for your time today. I believe you're at Comic-Con right now, correct?
Yeah, I'm actually headed down in about 30 minutes, actually.
Oh, are you a guest there, or are you just checking it out, or what?
So we're doing some production there, and have some projects over there, some content owners that I'm meeting with that we're going to be adapting some stuff into feature films and television shows. Love
it. I got to ask you, as not only a fan, but maybe also as someone in the industry yourself, what do you expect, or what are you hoping for during the conference?
Well, during Comic-Con, it's a really unique opportunity to experience content with fans of the content. We're constantly being bombarded from content owners, property owners, kind of our own perception of what a property, a character, a story, what it means. But at Comic-Con, everyone is passionate about something or multiple things, and you get to experience that firsthand, and it really makes you understand why you tell certain stories and why you want to explore different characters. There you go.
Very cool. I would love to take it to the beginning where everything started. I'm sure everybody, nobody wakes up saying, "Hey, I'm going to be in the industry and work my tail off to make it big." Tell us about your route in getting into the business, and was it anything like you expected when you started off?
Well, I started off, I got to think about it a little bit of exactly how I started. Well, I think I started when I went to USC. I didn't go to USC with the intent of getting into entertainment at all, really. But over time, it just kind of was around me, and I got to experience it by assisting on things and interning on things, and especially at USC, entertainment and filmmaking is just so prevalent. So I just kind of got bit by the bug. So during school and after school, I worked for various entertainment companies in a multitude of capacities, from post-production, visual effects, to physical production and creative development, and worked for multiple people over the years until I would say 2006 or so. I decided to start my own business, and film development itself is a little bit tough as a business because unless you're somebody that has your overhead covered by a studio, you're out of pocket. You're out of pocket
right.
for all of the overhead, all of the cost of acquiring material, all of the cost of paying writers, etc. So kind of what I set out to do first was is to do something in entertainment, but something a little bit more in line with normal business. So I started a post-production and visual effects company called Clips and Post that we still operate today, and that kind of got me into the business as an entrepreneur, not creating original content, but servicing other people's content, which was really interesting. So I grew that business. We have a bunch of editors and visual effects artists now, And when that business started going, I kind of wanted to get back on the path of creating original content instead of just servicing other people's content. So, it's a hard thing to break into, but I was able to leverage the resources at my disposal from post and VFX to participate in content development from the beginning and bringing my post services along the way, and that kind of broadened my experience level to where I could just dedicate attention to just developing content that I may or may not service from a post or VFX standpoint, particularly some of the bigger ones that have to be done out of the country. We don't do the post production, but that's really how I started things out.
Very cool. And you kind of segued into my next question. Correct me if I'm wrong. Ineffable is a division of Ineffable Entertainment Group, right?
Yeah.
And that is a parent company of Clifton Production Group, which does post and special effects. Ineffable Entertainment Group also houses Proof of Concept, which does commercial music video work. So it's like a one-stop shop, would you say?
Yeah, absolutely. And, the Proof of Concept has actually evolved beyond just commercial and music videos into kind of tech experience, but also entertainment-centric. So, for instance, kind of to differentiate ourselves when we do commercial production, we would do, for instance, let's say, mobile applications or experiences, augmented reality and whatnot, to supplement the campaigns, the commercial campaigns. So I kind of call Proof of Concept my entertainment technology division.
Okay.
It's kind of like a tech company, but entertainment centric.
And so you have your hand in all these divisions?
Yeah. I'm the founder of all of them, and I have great managers in all of them, and I'm heavily involved.
And I have to ask you, because I don't want to seem like I don't own a dictionary, but what does ineffable mean anyway?
Ineffable, it's interesting. Ineffable, it means unable to be described by words.
Okay.
So
perfect.
People ask that all the time, and but I think it's kind of a cool concept, because a lot of what we do has to be shown, has to be experienced, has to be exhibited, and can't be described.
Right. Very cool, man. And you mentioned this a little earlier. Paying overhead or paying out of pocket as being in the indie world. But what are the challenges and even benefits you found in launching your own company?
Well, I think the biggest benefit can be also the biggest downfall, and that is I am the master of my own domain. That is to say, any success I can take the credit for, and any failure I am the only one to blame. I personally like that. I personally love that. A big challenge is it's not a steady paycheck, right? So it's not like I come in, clock in at 9 and clock out at 5 and have a salary. There might be there are ups and downs. There's cash flow concerns, and there's a lot more headache and stress than working for somebody. But at the end of the day, I wouldn't trade it for anything. It is what I love to do.
Yeah, there you go. Let's talk Tiger's Curse if you can. I mean, I don't want to delve too much into the details because I don't want to get you in trouble. But correct me if I'm wrong, Mary Perrin is a producer for the film as well?
Mary Perrin isn't on the project anymore. So the project was at Paramount, and I took it out of turnaround from there, and now I'm financing and producing it independently. I have an amazing director named Shekhar Kapoor, who you might know from the Elizabeth film franchise, with beautiful, beautiful films, and he's going to be coming out. I don't know when it's airing, but there's a new, really amazing series on TNT, I believe, about the young life of William Shakespeare, and it's kind of a modern telling of Will Shakespeare in his early days, and love and whatnot. And it's going to be a really amazing series, and we're really excited for him to bring his unique vision to the story.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you attach New York Times bestseller to any book, of course, it draws attention, but what drew your attention specifically to this project to develop and produce it?
Well, it's actually kind of a funny story. So, my mother and my aunt are tiger trainers. So,
okay.
It's so
Interesting.
I have kind of tiger is very prevalent in my life and growing up, and my mother's sister's daughter, so my cousin, who I'm very close with, she was 12 years old at the time, and she just got a Kindle, and she was browsing Amazon and found this book about a white tiger and a girl, and she was
okay.
like, wow, this is me. You have to read this book. This is amazing. And at the time, it was a self-published title, so it was not a New York Times bestseller. It was the author just kind of wrote it and put it out herself. And I eventually read it and fell in love with it. And but I knew that if we were going to get the attention of Paramount and large financiers, that it would need to be published in the mainstream. So, what I did is, I'm from Oregon, and the author was from Oregon, so I flew up there and met with her. Her name's Colleen Hauk, and made a deal with her to option the rights, and kind of in conjunction worked with her to get it published through some contacts of mine in the publishing world, and before you knew it, it was published by a major publisher and a New York Times bestseller.
Yeah, there you go. And you
Yeah.
seem like you have really good taste in projects. What are you reading nowadays?
Well, I have a couple other projects that are in the works based on books. They're all kind of big concepts, commercial ideas. I don't do too many niche art house projects or anything like that. I have a TV series that I'm doing that's based on the world of international football fixing, soccer fixing. So that's kind of like a Breaking Bad meets The Wire in the world of FIFA corruption kind of thing.
I'm sold.
And that's being set up with a major network. And that official announcement hasn't been made yet.
Of course.
Going to be good. That was based on a book, and I'm doing another young adult project, and that's kind of a futuristic dystopian project that's going to be very cool. So that's kind of the stuff that appeals to me. That's my taste level.
Love it. You had me at Breaking Bad meets The Wire.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I know you can't talk too much about it, but thank you for revealing a little bit about your projects.
Sure.
You're gonna hate this question because I'm sure must be cliche for everyone in your position, but looking ahead, maybe 10 years, where do you see yourself? What do you hope to accomplish in your career by then?
Well, for me, it's about telling stories that have an impact for people that are, to whatever extent they can be timeless and iconic, and something that create a piece of content that people look back at 10 years from now and maybe quote the movie or know the song from the movie, or so we all have those titles that are just kind of in our heads as being influential in our upbringing, and I want to create that for people.
Very cool. And at this moment, we're going to jump into the audience Q&A. We do have a few Twitter fans who couldn't make it today, but want to ask a few questions for you. This one is from Jonathan from Santa Monica. He wants to know, how does one intern for Ineffable?
You can send us an email at our info at ineffablepictures.com, and that'll get sent to our HR department. And there are qualifications that we have that we need. You have to be a student and all that good stuff. And then we vet resumes just like any other place.
Awesome. We have a caller, Karen from Spokane. Karen, can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Hey, thank you for calling in today. Go ahead and ask your question.
Okay, and thank you, Raphael. I appreciate hearing from you. This is great.
Sure.
My question is, what is the admission process like for new writers who would like to inquire with your company?
What is what process? I'm sorry? Submission process?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a little bit unfortunate, but we have to be very, very particular about taking submissions for legal reasons that, I mean, you can probably imagine that I don't want to waste time going into because I think they're really lame, but they exist nonetheless. So basically the long and short of it is that we can't really accept submissions without going through a rep. So, an agent or manager or something like that.
Okay.
So that's kind of how we work, and I'd love to be able to just give an email address and say just shoot them over, but it is the way of the world, because we're always looking for stuff.
Great. Well, I appreciate it. I'm not actually a writer. I'm a model and actress, but I was just in an independent movie. I forgot a chance to let you know that, Ermab, but I was in a filming this weekend with an independent movie back home, and I was just kind of curious how they, go about then with the submissions to the post-production. So thank you. That was very helpful.
Thank you so much, Karen. All right, we have another one from Twitter. It is from Ronnie from Virginia Beach, which is my hometown. I go to Virginia Beach. With there being many indie production companies today, is it harder today to stand out as a company?
It's really hard. It's really hard to get anything going just because, mainly of the costs involved. So it is hard to stand out. But if you can sustain for long enough and keep at it long enough and get stuff made, I think that goes a long way, especially if the content is good.
Okay, thank you so much. And lastly, we have Adam from Tallahassee. I think Tallahassee. I'm interested in starting my own production company in the future. What kind of manpower is required? Is it possible to start a company literally on your own?
Yeah, it absolutely is. It's hard and it requires an incredible hustle and drive, but to start a production development company, it certainly is possible to do it on your own. But it means you're doing a lot of things. It means you're vetting content. It means you're making notes. It means you're pounding the flesh with people that you need to do business with, agents, managers, things like that. You're going out, you're meeting a lot of people, you're networking a lot of people. So is it possible? Yeah, absolutely, it's possible. I think if you're successful at doing it on your own, one of the first steps you will do to scale is to bring on some help. But to start out, yeah, absolutely, you can do it on your own.
Awesome. There goes the questions. Thank you so much, Raphael, for your time today. Enjoy Comic-Con. I know you will. Please tell me about it. I've never been, so I would love to hear more about your experience. So take care, man, and thank you once again for joining.
Will do. And I want to give a quick shout-out, if I can, to a movie I have coming out in October called The Late Bloomer, which is a true story about Ken Baker from the E! Channel, if you're familiar with him. And it's about it's about a guy that goes through puberty at age 30. It's a comedy starring J.K. Simmons, Johnny Simmons, Brittany Snow, Paul Wesley, and it's going to be hilarious, so check it out.
Great cast.
In October.
Great cast. Yes, sir. All right. Before you go, do you have any Twitter pages or Instagram pages to share?
I would give you the Twitter and Instagram for the movie, but I don't know if they're officially live yet, so I'm going to have to follow up with you guys, and you guys can blast it out as soon as I have it.
Of course. Once again, thank you so much, Raphael, and enjoy your day. Thank you.
Appreciate
Take care.
it.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.